We're about to dive into some NFL draft grades through rounds 1, 2, and 3. But as a reminder, we will be live for every single pick on day 3, beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to get no sleep tonight. So join us if things get a little bit loopy at youtube.com/chatsportstv. Hit that big red button and join us for the rest of this year's NFL draft. We're going alphabetical here, getting to all 32 NFL teams, starting with the Arizona Cardinals. I did not love the Zaven Collins selection. I don't think he's a perfect fit. Is he a linebacker, an edge? There's plenty of upside there. I do love Rondale Moore, though. So on my grading scale, A is great, B is good, C is fine. I don't like a D, and an F is, I haven't given it an F in a very long time. The Falcons here, they're next up. Kyle Pitts, Richie Grant, JALEN MAYFIELD. I think 3 potential starters. You know, Mayfield I didn't love necessarily, but it's a good pick still. Same with Richie Grant. It's not the best draft from this year's NFL draft so far, but it is a very good start for the Falcons. I'm giving them a B+. Couple interesting picks here by the Baltimore Ravens. I love Rashad Bateman in round 1. Big fan of his. Odafe, formerly known as Jason Owe, the upside is there. It is a gamble for me. I got to stick by my board. I didn't like that one at all. Ben Cleveland, another guard who fits what they want to do on offense. I thought Brandon Stevens was a bit of a reach. I'm going to give it a C+. If you want to give it a B-, I'm not going to argue too much there. The Buffalo Bills, 2 edge rushers, Carlos Basham and Gregory Rousseau. And I actually had Basham ahead of Rousseau. Double dipping is intriguing. I also didn't mind the Spencer Brown pick, but 2 edges? I don't like Rousseau. I got some concerns there. Basham's pretty good value, so above average, but not quite a B for me. Sorry, Bills fans. You can throw hate at me if you want in the comments section. I do love Bills Mafia. The Carolina Panthers, I love it. J.C. Horn in round 1, the number 1 defensive player taken. God, you guys are going to love him. He's such a dog out there. Terrace Marshall, he fell because of some injury concerns. Gets to play under Joe Brady again. Outside receiver with Robbie Anderson. He can play some slot too if you want. DJ Moore. Man, that's fun. I like Brady Christensen quite a bit as well. Potential left tackle, out of BYU. And Tommy Tremble out of Notre Dame as well, a potential starter there at tight end. That's 4 of them. I love this haul by Carolina. One of my absolute favorite drafts, the Chicago Bears. They got aggressive. And in general, I actually tend to prefer when teams trade down as opposed to trading up. But you got a franchise potential savior in Justin Fields. You got Tevin Jenkins as well. You found 2 day 1 starters who I had significantly higher than where they went. The Bears, I think they've had the best draft so far, which is not something I thought I would say for a Ryan Pace regime. So get your votes in for me. This is actually going to be the pinned comment on today's video. Who do you think has had the best NFL draft so far? Is it Chicago? Is it maybe Minnesota? Is it just your favorite team? Get your votes in right now if you get the ad break here on YouTube. The Bengals now, a B+ grade for me. I would have gone an A- because I love the Jamar Chase. I love the Joseph Ossai pick. I don't love Jackson Carman quite that much. They moved down from Tevin Jenkins. He could be a good starter. I'm glad they added some offensive line. If they take more O-linemen later on, I might bump this one up to an A. The Cleveland Browns, the only thing stopping them from getting an A+ is the selection of Anthony Schwartz. Despite that, it's a good draft. It's a really good draft. I love it. Greg Newsome, one of my top 4 corners this year. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is such a good fit for what the Browns want to do on defense. I had both those guys as top 20 or maybe it was top 25 players in this year's draft. Schwartz is fast. And that's kind of about it, but they did want more speed at receiver. So as a gadget guy, I'm not going to hate on it too much there. Now, as a Dallas Cowboys fan, I will hate on this draft. There's some major upside here with Micah Parsons and Kelvin Joseph. Also, some major downside with character concerns, legitimate ones, surrounding those two players. Osa Odighizuwa, Chauncey Golson, good depth guys, good rotation pieces on the defensive line. I can only grade based on how I feel about prospects. I friggin' hate the Nashawn Wright pick. Over Elijah Molden, over Ifeatu Melifonwu. If you wanted a guy with size, take Melifonwu. If you wanted the better football players ready to go right now, take Molden. Instead, he took a raw, not good athlete by his size and testing. That is a fact. I'm sorry, folks. You can look up the RAS scores out there if you want to go full nerd like me. I don't like this draft for the Cowboys. I thought they were one of the draft winners last year. I don't like it so far. Chat Sports is also available, folks, on the News Break app. Let's be honest, traditional news media is kind of dying. It's not the same way it once was. No one gets the paper anymore. So instead, download the Newsbreak app using our link and support the show at chatsports.com/newsbreak. We'll get that link both in the comment section and in the description. Go download today at chatsports.com/newsbreak. Denver Broncos, I'm going to give them a B+. In a bubble, I like all of them. Unless you get Aaron Rodgers, you probably should have taken Justin Fields there. I don't love going up for Javonte Williams, but he was going to go to the Dolphins at the next pick, so I get it. Quinn Miners, fun interior guy. Kind of wonder what that means. Maybe for Lloyd Cushenberry down the road. We'll see. Baron Browning back into round 3. Awesome upside pick. He could thrive under Vic Fangio. The Detroit Lions, a new regime, and my God, I love it. Penei Sewell, my number 2 overall player. I loved Ifeatu Melifonwu on film. I had a second-round grade on him. He's awesome. ALIM McNeill, he's going to be an elite 1 technique in the NFL. Onwuzurike, a bit early for me, but not by much. The Lions focused on the trenches. This is what Dan Campbell wants to do, folks. The Packers now, I'm going to give them a B-. I actually didn't mind the Eric Stokes pick. Josh Myers was early for me, but they did get AMARI Rodgers. They got a slot receiver. They never do this. So that kind of saved their draft grade for me. Rodgers to Rodgers, in theory, will help things out in the long term. I didn't really know what to do with Houston. Honestly, as I sit here thinking about it, a C- might be too high. Only 2 third-round picks. I don't want to grade on a curve there, so I'll stick with the C- since that's what I put on there. But Davis Mills, maybe he's a franchise guy, maybe not. Nico Collins he's an outside threat, so I actually kind of like that as a potential Will Fuller replacement there. I do like the Collins pick there at number 89 overall. They're in a tough spot, so I didn't want to be too mean, but that's all because Bill O'Brien and Pastor Jack aren't exactly the best leadership tandem in Houston. So let's talk losers here, because you know what? This is life. There are winners and losers. Not everyone gets a damn participation trophy. I'm sorry. So who do you think is the biggest NFL draft loser so far? We have not yet gotten to mine, so keep that in mind. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Who is the biggest draft loser at this point? The Colts, they always find a way to surprise me. I liked Kwity Paye in round 1, number 21 overall. I think he'll be a good fit in that defense. Dayo Odeyingbo is a interesting fit. Inside-outside flex guy. I'm surprised they double-dipped, but Odeyingbo, I think, will be their Denico Autry replacement. Coming off a torn Achilles. Chris Ballard has earned my respect, but I'm only going to give it a C+ here. Jacksonville, meanwhile, first off, congrats, you got Trevor Lawrence. That's awesome there. Travis Etienne in round 1, pick number 25. Fine with it. Bit early for me on Tyson Campbell. Same with Walker Little. Andre Cisco has upside, though. All those last 3 picks, Campbell, Little, and Cisco, major boomer bust picks. So keep that in mind there. I'm going to stick with a B grade here for Jacksonville, but this could end up being a bit lower outside of Trevor Lawrence, of course. The Chiefs had no first-round pick, thanks to the Orlando Browns, which I'm not counting because that feels like cheating in the end. But Nick Bolton, Creed Humphrey, I had early round 2 grades on those guys. I like it a lot for Kansas City. If you had told me they took Bolton and Humphrey in some order with their round 1, round 2 picks, I would have been fine with it. To get them both in the second round, well done, Casey. Smart teams, they stay smart. The Chargers, next up here, Rashawn Slater, Asante Samuel, Josh Palmer, Trey McKitty. Don't get the Trey McKitty pick. He wasn't good at Georgia or Florida State. I'm sorry. Slater Samuel, though, that is an unreal 1-2 punch, baby. 2 fantastic picks by the Chargers. I like Josh Palmer as a sleeper as well. All right, the Rams. They needed a linebacker. They got a decent one in Ernest Jones, so I do like that one. Tutu Atwell is very undersized, but Sean McVay is going to have fun with him. Fit matters in the NFL. And even though it was a reach for me, I think Atwell will be a good fit in L.A. Miami kind of got the short end of the stick there, not being able to take Javonte Williams at number 36. So they went with Javon Holland. I was surprised by that one. I like the Liam Eichenberg pick a lot in round 2. That was great value there. I loved Waddle and Phillips too. This feels like a good draft. A solid firm B. Didn't love Hunter Long, but he's, I think, a pretty good blocker. So as a tight end too, it's fine along with Mike Gesicki. Not elite, but good in the end. Back-to-back years, I have liked the Minnesota Vikings draft class. Christian Darrisaw, what a steal. I don't think Kellen Mond's the guy, but it's round 3, whatever. It's a worthwhile gamble there. Chaz Surratt, Wyatt Davis in the 3rd? I love those picks. Wyatt Davis and Christian Darrisaw as a 1-2 punch at tackle guard in the long term. That's a good draft by Minnesota. Back-to-back years, I have loved what they've done. Now I want you guys to grade your team. Mention what team it is, and then give me a grade. A, B, C, D, or F. How do you think your favorite team has done in the draft so far? And be honest. You don't have to be a homer. Just let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section right now. The Patriots. I'm not sold on Mac Jones as anything more than maybe a Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins, which has value. Ooh, but Christian Barmore, Ronnie Perkins, 2 of my favorite guys who were left on the board in day 2. Bill Belichick. I don't normally like their draft classes. I like this one a lot, an A grade for me. The Saints, meanwhile, I went back and forth, C+, B-. Peyton Turner, early, and don't get me wrong, it was early. I kind of like him, though. Pete Warner, that was a reach for me. Paulson Adebo, also a solid pick. Warner and Turner were definitely reaches, but I'm not nearly as low as I've seen other people on the Saints. I'm going to give them a C+. The Giants, a B-. Azeez Ojulari, what a pick at 50. I love that one, even with the knee concerns that caused him to drop. Aaron Robinson, another nickel, so it's fine. He's a good nickel, though, so I like that one. Kadarius Toney, fit matters. Remember what I said earlier? The upside is there. I fear he is a gadget player early, and I do not trust Jason Garrett to maximize a gadget player. So that might be a bit of a slow start for him in New York. The other New York team, the Jets. Zach Wilson, Elijah Vera Tucker, and Elijah Moore. Yeah, that's good, baby. You're building around Zach Wilson, a great receiver in round 2, and awesome, one of the best interior offensive linemen in this year's class, and also Zach Wilson. I've taken Fields, but whatever, I'm not going to complain there. That's an A for me. Hopefully the Jets have finally found their franchise quarterback. As mentioned earlier, Chat Sports is on the News Break app. Help us out, help the show grow so we can hire more people and do even more videos for you guys by downloading the app using our link. chatsports.com/newsbreak. That will be in both the comment section and in the description. So go check it out today. It's in there as promised. chatsports.com/newsbreak. The Raiders were weird. I thought Alex Leatherwood was a reach. Not by as much as other people thought. I had him as a second-round pick, 32 overall, so it's fine. I adore going after Trevon Merrick. I friggin' love that pick. That is awesome. Fantastic move by the Raiders. Jumping in front of the Cowboys. That is an A-plus pick for me. Malcolm Kuntz, sub-package edge rusher, kind of a divisive prospect. I thought a bit early, but if you want more pass rush, I get it. Divine Diablo was one of my guys this year. He's a blast. Raiders fans, this is your Tanner Muse upgrade. Or maybe it's your Jonathan Abram upgrade. Safety linebacker hybrid. I like him a lot. He is a fun player. One of my guys in this year's class. The Eagles, good stuff, guys. Up to go get Devonta Smith. Well done there. Landon Dickerson, love that pick in round 2. I think Milton Williams has immense upside too. Philadelphia, very well done in a pretty strong NFC East draft class outside of one team. All right, the Steelers here. Najee Harris, Pat Freiermuth, Kendrick Green. Okay. I guess they trust their tackles, which I do not, which is fine. Najee Harris there, good running back of a nice NFL career. Pat Freiermuth was my tight end too, good value there. Kendrick Green is a center. It's not bad. He's a pretty good mover, maybe some guard ability as well. I just wanted the tackle. That's a red flag for me. No defense, not a huge problem either. The Niners, I love the Trey Lance pick. I like the Trey Sermon one too. Ambry Thomas, fine. I think he could be a good football player. A run on corners kind of hurt them there. I wonder about Aaron Banks, though. Now, this strikes me as a Shanahan pick. I had him graded as more of a gap run, power scheme guy. That is not the Niners' offense. That's my concern there. So I'm a little surprised he went that early. I thought it was a reach. We will see if I end up being right or wrong on that one. Overall, not a bad draft by any means by San Francisco. And thank God it wasn't Mac Jones. That is the saving grace. And that is what this draft will be about in the end. If Lance is a hit, it's an A. Otherwise, well, I mean, they gave up a haul to go get him. But I feel good about Trey Lance. All right, Dwayne Eskridge here to the Seahawks. Their only pick. I'm going to give it a C-. I thought it was a reach, but at least it was in round 2 and not round 1 this year. I haven't liked the first pick made by Seattle in decades, it feels like, at this point. In ever, frankly. But this one, hey, you're letting Russ cook, and I can get on board with that, at least at some capacity. The Buccaneers. I don't like it. Joe Tryon is... I didn't love Tryon, and that hurts this grade for me. But I think as a backup behind Jason Pierre-Paul, he'll be okay. The Bucs are playing with house money. They could flunk for 2 years in a row, and no one's going to care. Kyle Trask, though, at 64, guys, I think he's a backup. Honestly, I don't think he's a great fit in the Bruce Arians' ideal offense. I don't think he's a great deep ball thrower. He's a pocket passer, which will help, given how good that offensive line is. Robert Hainsey, decent. Honestly, my favorite pick of the 3, and that was only decent. So, sorry, Bucs fans, but guess what? Who cares? You won the Super Bowl. That's all that matters. The Titans here. Oh, I love it. This is like my shadow draft, baby. Caleb Farley. Yeah, there's medical concerns, but my God, if he's healthy, look out. Dylan Radins, a future right tackle. I like that one a lot in round 2. That doesn't need to be a position switch, though. Monty Rice, a bit early, not by much, though, and I want another linebacker for them. Elijah Molden, pick 100. One of the best picks in this year's draft. He can play nickel. He can play safety. Farley and Molden, 2 of my favorite guys in this year's cornerback class. So Tennessee, I'm a big-time fan. Washington, Jamin Davis, Samuel Cosmi, Benjamin St-Juste, and Diami Brown. Like the Davis pick. Love the Cosmi pick. On board with the Benjamin St-Juste one there. And then Diami Brown on top of that, I thought was a pretty good football player. Great value there. Washington, well done. B+ grade for me. Maybe just find a quarterback at some point sooner than later. So who you got on your board? Who do you think is the best player left out there? Who are you hoping that your team finds a way to draft once day 3 finally gets underway? Very early, by the way, 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, which we will be live for. My number 1 guy before we go, Michael Carter, the running back from North Carolina. Miami, find a way to get him, and you'll be feeling pretty good about your draft class haul in 2021.